Sheep.
Boobox, boobox, boobox.
No go.
Oh!
Collateral. These players have mastered the art of PvP. I will be giving you all the tips they used in this 3-part PvP tutorial. This is a pretty comprehensive guide, so any players that want to improve or players that are coming back to the game, you will all improve watching this guide. Before we start the video, I created an events Discord server where I host events for prizes such as relics and titles. If you're interested in joining, please join the Discord. When fighting in Deepwoken, think of it as a turn-based combat game. When you parry, you have priority, and the next attack, when your opponent parries, they have priority. When parrying and dodging, you want to react to their attacks instead of predicting what they're gonna do. To practice react parrying, the top players usually do what is shown on screen. Spam guard breaks with light weapon. Start optimizing your dodges. What I mean by this is, you should roll late so you have more dodge frames. This is important if you end your dodges early, giving yourself less dodge frames. This doesn't really apply to aggressive gameplay, but when you're passive, this is a really good thing to get used to. Each weapon has a range, and it's important to play to them. For example, if you're playing dagger, play in their face, as they're the lowest range weapon, but deadly when in front of your opponent. Learn how to get out of combos. In Deepwoken, there is a timer once you miss a parry. If you attempt to parry before the cooldown ends, the parry cooldown will reset and you will be put in a longer combo. What I personally do is I will eat the next hit in order to not get comboed. Now here's everything you should have learned out of the beginner section. The next section is gonna be for players, I'd say over 1000 elo or just around 1000 elo. Understand your build and combos. I know this is pretty basic knowledge, but I see a lot of players hopping builds every week, not improving. In my opinion, you should get good at one build, and once you're good enough, start swapping builds. Start delaying your feints on M1s and mantras. Mixing up your feints with delay feints will make your mix-ups 10 times better.
Like that.
Delaying your M1s will punish those who predict parry. Now talking about roll catching is probably one of the most important game mechanics that you have to learn. It's important to know what moves you should use in order to roll catch. Again. Movement is the most important aspect of PvP. You should never be stationary. There's no exact way on how you should move, but you should be moving at all times. Learn what you should punish. Now there's a bunch of mantras that you can punish. In this clip I'm using Gale Lunge as an example, but you can punish multiple mantras such as Prediction, Equalizer, and many more. What you should have learned is movement, understand your build, delay M1s and feint, roll catch, and punish moves. Roll parrying is a move that many top players abuse. This move is pretty easy to pull off. It's just a roll, parry, then a move afterwards. This is what it should look like.
Bro, I'm on 130 ping. Come here.
You mainly want to be roll parrying M1s and guard breaks, but other moves can be good as well. Backhitting is commonly known, but only the top players abuse this to the max. This involves a lot of feinting and good movement to pull off. This is typically done really well on fists, but are also very good on heavy and medium. Mantras like shoulder bash and exhaustion strike are very good for backhitting. Air swinging is also another part of the game that top players abuse that you may not. Now, air swinging I would say is mainly for builds that have a good amount of range. So medium and heavy builds do very well with air swinging. Of course, light weapon can do this, but they will have less pressure due to the short range. Air swinging is very powerful to posture stack mantras and roll catch as you see in the video. Sliding is an underrated mechanic that a lot of players overlook. You can slide to mix up, disengage, and cast with. Slide casting is something that I don't really see and should really be abused with some mantras. Some of these mantras that you should be slide casting with are Champion Row Throw, Thunder Kick, and Rapid Punches. Combos are important, but to know what combo to do in certain scenarios are what separate decent players to the best of the best. For example, I use Thunder Kick, Rising Thunder to do as much damage as I can within a short amount of time. Now here's everything you should have learned in this expert section of the guide. Now, some of you guys may be asking me,
Swizz, now that I know everything I need to know to get better, how do I apply it to my game?
Well, it's simple. 1v1 your friend and get better. Step by step, take these tips and apply it to your game. Sparring your friend is always the best way to improve, and even just doing chime is a good way to improve. Just keep in mind all these tips, and if you slowly implement it to your gameplay, you'll be sure to improve. Hello, role pair? Bro, the ether on my build is so low.
Damn.
Oh no.
Like it?
Oh nice, bro. What is that?
I like boys. Oh. All my life you're low.
Not low.
Come back.